last we saw our desperate travelers run, the planet Mars became a walker's trap. Marissa, Mares, and Balthazar had fun with fingers crossed behind their ancient backs. Our heroes now set on impossible quests to gather time that in a watch was stored. Now scattered fragments far from all the rest must be found and swiftly brought on board. But rifts are found within our tired crew. A father's secrets tear away the sun. A new discovered love breeds strife anew. A reluctant leader's journey just begun. Sorry, Navy. It's a Shakespeare episode. Just one more couplet. Adventures full of twists are soon at hand. If only we could find a place to land.
Navy, I need clearer coordinates. I'm trying. When the shattering hit Mars, it messed with our nav systems again, and you're lucky I'm within 1,000 miles and 1,000 years. Arthur, can't you fix Navy systems? Arthur doesn't know nav equipment. Have to try something. Victor?
Oh, I've never been very good with navigation. That's a John question.
Well, where is John? Trying to talk to Alex.
Where's Alex?
Shut in his room, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, Arthur, try something.
On it. Robyn, soldering iron, please?
The time to repair the ship is when the ship is landed, but I guess falling is good too.
Not again. Jess, we need something to lock onto. The rift fracture is going to hit us like a tsunami if we don't lock onto something now. Victor, help!
Oh, I've never been any good as a pilot.
Then what exactly are you good at?
Well, have you ever been surfing, Jessica?
Are you kidding me right now? Wait, Navy, try scanning along the fracture instead of through it. We need to ride it like a wave. That might actually work. Strap in, everybody. We're coming in hot. There! Portal! It actually worked!
Always so surprised.
And I'm only a little seasick. Where are we? A river? It looks like a river? The River Thames. We're back in London. 1601 this time, South Bank.
The River Thames, where all of Elizabethan London dumps their garbage?
The ship's flotation upgrades came in handy.
And that's the dock.
Alex, wait!
Alex, good to see you.
Alex, are you okay? What are you doing?
I need some fresh air. Son, let's wait up until we can figure out...
I said, I need some fresh air.
Alex, wait!
So what are we going to do about that? What happens if the captain and the first officer are compromised? Nothing if I can help it.
Navy, are you picking up anything?
Well, there's some kind of energy just over the bank, but it's thready. Like the source is phasing in and out. It's hard to track with reality being so unstable.
The watch energy should keep everything in this reality more or less normal.
But it's not stable. Any large disruptions could send it careening into chaos.
Hey, team, you're gonna want to take a look at this.
What is it, John?
Right there.
Oh my goodness, it's a big circle.
The Globe Theater. He's finally graced us with speech.
You know what the Globe Theater is?
Of course I do. I mean, it's a round theater. How hard could it be?
He's right. Ignorance in one time traveler impairs the abilities of the team. Remember that, everyone.
So, Kennedy now. Well, I think it's obvious where we're headed.
Yay, a day at the theater.
Playwrights.
What's wrong with playwrights?
They never meet their deadlines. They're so precious with their plot, and you can never trust them when they want to collaborate because they never like what you come up with.
Thinking about the time with Oscar Wilde?
If he had just listened to me about an ideal husband.
Yeah, look, it could be something else, but the Globe Theater? It's got to have something to do with Shakespeare.
Ooh, and maybe we'll get to meet the actors. Plus, I've always wanted to go to a time where the people doth rhyme. Do you think if I request that they'll sign my snazzy vest?
Arthur, what are you doing?
This is how people talked in Shakespeare's day, Navy.
But that's not...
Besides, Robyn loves the theater.
I look forward to an America that will not be afraid of grace and beauty.
We're in England.
Oh, well, nevertheless.
This is going to be a great day.
The Time Travelers Radio Show, presented by WPNR and Radio City in New York. After a terrible deed that rocked the very foundations of the space-time continuum, 5 brave individuals, John, Alex, Jessica, Navi, and Arthur, travel through space and time to retrieve the one item that can restore balance to it all, a small pocket watch, from the clutches of the dastardly evildoer, Victor. Now trapped in the 1940s with communication systems down, the team tells their story as a sci-fi radio adventure in the hopes of being rescued and saving the world. This is the Time Traveler's Radio Show. Today's adventure, once more unto the breach. Now, on with the show. So you're not sure the signal's from the globe?
Yes? No, mostly. It's strongest there, but there's also a multimodal source, and the fracture of the time energy is being exacerbated by the pull between multiple epicenters, which accounts for the thready chronopulse.
Translation?
The time energy from the watch is hard to trace because this fracture is reaching out like a spider web.
Now, wasn't that easy?
Okay,
If
listen
this has
here.
something to do with the theater, we should probably go...
To the local tap house!
A tavern? Seriously?
Actually, he's right. The taverns next to theaters are some of the best places to hear what actors are up to.
Not to mention overhear gossip, spread rumors.
Maybe we should keep scanning.
If not us, the time travelers, who? If not before our terrible deadline made by the time walkers, then when?
For once, I agree with the chicken. We don't have any time to waste.
Ironic, isn't it? We're time travelers, but the one thing we never have in abundance is time.
And so rarely do we recognize time slipping through our feathers, until it is too late.
That is so true. Have you read Machiavelli?
Is anyone else super uncomfortable with this?
Come on, everyone. Just in here.
That Bill Shakespeare's never going to amount to anything with the rubbish he put on today.
It happens to 'em all. Their heads get big and they mess with perfectly good material.
What I didn't understand is why Caesar got stabbed on Juliet's balcony this time. Hey, Burbage!
What do you want?
Wait, that's one of the actors.
Nice of you to join us again.
Do you like cabbage, Burbage?
Because you're getting a mouthful of it the next time you put that script on stage. Say that to my face, you.
Hey, you lot. Most days I'll gladly welcome a good battle of words, but given that you two didn't care for some very finely crafted ones this afternoon, you can just head home.
But
Go, now.
I don't need you to defend my honour like some.
Oh, go back to rehearsal, you egg, and tell the boys to get their scripts sorted out or they're going to get worse tonight.
Much rubbish going over here.
Wow. What a strong, independent woman.
Are you kidding? I just can't find my... They were that upset about a play?
Well, I'd be upset too. I mean, Brutus in the balcony scene? Come on.
Maybe they just got their lines wrong.
It's possible. They performed several plays in repertory at the same time.
Alex, how do you know all this?
But hey, I know things.
Man, together we'd be unstoppable at trivia night. I wonder if they have one here.
Doubt it. But I'm sure there's an unspoken rule about time travelers and pub trivia.
Excuse me, if you're not going to order anything, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. And get the chicken out of here.
Ah, we're sorry.
Were you chatting with that actor earlier?
Richard? He's a piece of work, I'll tell you that.
Do you know all the actors at the theater?
Lord Chamberlain's men? You could say that.
Really? Can we get their autographs? Will they write me a poem or a sonnet or a haiku?
You want autographs of those old geezers? Heaven knows their egos don't need it.
Please, it'd really mean a lot to us.
Well, I guess it couldn't hurt, especially with someone as sweet as you.
Someone as sweet as you.
We can just walk in on a closed rehearsal?
Oh, why not? It's not like they're in the middle of rehearsing and I've finished script for tonight. Well, Dad's been cranking out pages out as fast as he can.
Oh,
but-
wait. Did you say Dad?
Yeah, I'm Will's kid, Susanna Shakespeare.
Oh, my. Is there any chance that we'd run into the bard himself? I have a few criticisms for his comments on ambition.
Running into him, maybe. Getting hold of him, well, that's a different conversation.
What do you mean?
He's just been a little off lately. Overworking himself, probably. Anyway, ready to meet the greatest acting troupe in London?
Greatest acting troupe? Please, I'm an idealist without illusions.
Wait, what did you say?
Oh, I just said that I make meal lists. With delusions. Never know what to cook. Robyn, no more insulting the actors. You know how touchy they get.
Where's the
Where's the
Right,
cage?
you-
No. I must
you
play the
right
female.
here.
I always play the female. I best be no voice. Gertrude, I'm Gertrude. I'm good.
Where's that blasted gravedigger scene?
Well, that's the problem. This time, Willie wrote that bit into the scene where everyone gets stabbed.
Why in the world did he do that? It's supposed to be in the clown scene.
It might help the comedic timing at this point.
Straighten up, you rude mechanicals. I brought a bunch of tourists.
We prefer the term well-traveled.
And I prefer Your Majesty. But that's not going to happen. You got names?
Oh, I'm Arthur, and this is Navi, John, Jessica, and... Oh, well, Alex and Victor were here a minute ago, but I'm sure they'll show up soon.
Wonderful. This is Richard Burbage and Robert Armin, two of our actors. What was the deal with this afternoon, you clowns?
First off, I'm the only clown here. Thank you very much.
Second off, it's not our fault. It's written that way. Take a look. Everyone blames the actors for a bad script.
He's not even trying anymore. It's just chunks of different plays smashed together.
Watch it. That's still me old man. Give me those scripts. Huh. I didn't know Juliet could handle an army like that.
I never know what to say about women on the battlefield.
Excuse me?
Nothing, just... something in my throat.
Hey, watch it. Stop pecking at these.
Bad, Mr. President. We don't peck at other people's plays. Drop it. Drop it. Good, Mr. President. Now I'll take that.
Actually, I think I'll take that, thank you. Put these with the rest, darling.
Yes, Mum.
Marissa, how did you find us so quickly?
Oh, you left Mars so abruptly. We just wanted to catch up with old friends.
And make some new ones. It's sounding great, boys. Love the bit where Horatio bears off with the Queen.
Oh, well, thank you.
What are you really doing here, Marissa?
Just what we said, making some new friends and picking up some souvenirs from the Bard.
Wonderful. He's just giving away drafts now.
Why did you ask for loose pages?
Just a bit of mischief, Jessie. Something you don't know much about. Oh, speaking of mischief, you seen Alex? Or did you lose track of him?
Guys, Robyn still wants the papers.
Jess, something is up with those papers. My scanner is going nuts.
Mares, you're surrounded. Hand them over.
You know she can't do that. Time for a tasteful exit, daughter.
Oh, I've got just the page. Henry VI.
Ah, War of the Roses. Violent. Good choice.
Big sword.
Looks like we're not outnumbered after all.
What? Where did this army come from? It's like it came out of nowhere, right after she ripped that page. John, what do we do? John?
I don't know.
He which hath no stomach to this fight, let him depart. His passport shall be made. Oh, John. So uncharacteristic. Well, let's go, boys. Convey us to our destiny. Ta-ta, dears. Until our next meeting.
What just happened?
A masterful exit, but that delivery could have used work.
Wait a minute, is that?
William Shakespeare. Oh, man. I could just feel the poet-ness radiating off of him.
Will, what did you give those ladies? A whole army popped out of the ground like daisies. I just gave them some scripts, including the one for tonight. They were so charming. You gave them what?
Probably for the best. It would have been just as rotten as the others.
Even a good script couldn't make up for your terrible acting.
No, I'm the only one who can play a female.
You've been trying so hard.
I'm playing Gertrude.
This version was garbage anyway. I've got some new ideas. You'll love it, Rich. There's this part where Ophelia's head turns into a donkey's and... Oh. Hello there.
Hi.
I could see a woman's face with nature's own hand painted.
I mean, you see my face, but,
Thou art now the world's fresh ornament and only herald.
Okay, buddy, cool your jets. Not interested.
Man, Alex is going to be livid.
Where is Alex?
And where's Victor?
The most intriguing thing of all, a woman who knows her own mind. Oh, the heroines I could pattern after your visage. Fates collide and leave us off course.
Mr. Shakespeare, sir?
What do you all want? This is a very important rehearsal.
Well, what brought us here was the hope of some sweet, sweet autographs.
But then our friends brought an entire army out of one of your plays.
Yes, and Burbage scared them off with his bad
You foppish. You're still on that? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the theft of a script. They're probably from the Admiral's men, always stealing our work. Strange stuff is happening all the time. You needn't worry about it.
Dad, what's going on?
What's going on is a dazzling production of Hamlet tonight. If only these actors could say the words trippingly on the tongue like I told them.
Dad, calm down. Come here. You're bending up.
Let's get him backstage, somewhere he can sit.
Jess!
I am absolutely fine, madam. And even your charms cannot stop me from...
Dad, inside now.
Only if you can catch me.
Dad!
We can't lose him. The scan data... John, help!
What?
John, come on, help me!
Oh, right.
What should we do? Jessica?
We wait for Alex and Victor and then catch up. Meanwhile, you, me, and Robyn will keep one eye on the actors and one eye out for Marissa and Mares. I get the feeling they're going to come back.
Looks like we've got the day off, boys.
Nope.
Why exactly should we listen to you?
It's opening night of Hamlet. Time is depending on you getting back to work. Oh, this is bad. If Hamlet doesn't go on, that could destabilize this timeline and us with it.
Ugh, work, work, work.
Ugh, actors.
Now I just need something big for the fourth act. Deus ex machina. What I could use is, yes, the ghost of his dead ancestors, and then they come to him in a dream, and they unlock his shackles and give him a sword for his fight with the Romans.
Dad, stop right there, or I'll let a weird old man and a woman with a crazy eye tackle you in the middle of the street.
Do your worst.
I'll get you an ale if you come sit down.
Good company, good wine, good welcome. Can make good company. Can make good people.
Go inside the tap house, Will.
Fine. But not because you told me to. Because she told me to.
Navy, you should...
Start scanning the crazy playwright. Already done. He has off-the-charts neural activity, but that's not the weird part. There's a temporal anomaly signature along with his brain activity. There's an insane amount of time energy in his head.
Which means...
We found the watch energy. It's lodged in his brain.
Well, Chuck did say anything or anyone.
But there's so much of it, he shouldn't be alive. He has to be siphoning it out somehow. No one could live with this much time energy in their head for this long.
Hey, you should come here. He's calming down a little. I got him a pen and a paper and it settled him right away.
He's calmed down? Does this mean we get to meet the real William Shakespeare?
Maybe. But if he's a little less crazy, I should get another scan.
What were you two gossiping about?
Oh, nothing much. Hey, Will, can you tell me what you're writing about?
It's about a father and a son who lost each other.
Oh.
And it's about love, discovered and forgotten. Friendships that change and stay the same. Clarity and madness.
Is this his version of not crazy?
Basically.
John, take a look at this. The time energy buildup has decreased. It keeps decreasing the more that he writes.
So it is coming out.
Yes, it's like it's leaking out somehow, being passed on to the paper.
So what does all this mean?
Your dad is experiencing some kind of time buildup in his mind, and it's leaking out as he writes his plays.
But the watch shouldn't be causing this kind of chaos in someone's mind, should it?
Chaotic time energy. And connected to the watch. You don't think...
Oh, no. Dimitri. The watch energy must have mixed with Dimitri's energy when they both got vaporized. That's why Will's been talking like a madman. He's got a perfectly good one stuck in his brain.
And who exactly is Dimitri?
Oh, you wouldn't believe us if we told you.
A semi-omnipotent alien that fractured reality in order to release himself from a temporal prison. We're also time travelers.
My dad makes up words for a living, and I still understood maybe half of the words you just said.
If it makes you feel any better, I didn't understand her either.
Dad, how are you feeling?
A little more like myself. But I feel it isn't going to last.
What does that mean?
The writing. According to these scans, it took some of the chaotic time energy and stored it on a page, but eventually the energy is going to build back up, which I would guess makes him a little less lucid, a little more reckless, and a lot more flirtatious based off of what happened with Jess back there.
I know, that's just him.
There's a reason I'm a poet, darling.
Ugh, I am sick of smooth talkers. I had enough of that with Henri.
Which is probably why you fell for the young man who always sticks his foot in his mouth.
What? No. What are you talking about?
I'm not sure if now is the right time.
I'll leave it alone. But just remember, any thought, dream, longing left unsaid is a whimper, and any bold declaration is a cry of strength, a call to arms against the rages of a bleak world.
Okay. Looks like someone still has some Dimitri in his head. Suze, some more paper, please.
No, I refuse to play Hamlet. There's not enough time to memorize it, and there's no way I'm getting baked into a pie for it.
It's what this version calls for, and it's just a play.
It's a pie, and it's humiliating. Good night.
I guess that makes Will Hamlet, and me Gertrude. Hey, Richard, wait up. Get back here. We are not done. We need to figure out what we're going to
They're a
do.
little less poetic than I thought they'd be, and a lot more grumpy. Ooh, maybe if I wrote them poetry.
I'm sorry, Arthur, but we really need to focus. There has to be a good reason why Mares and Marissa wanted those papers so badly.
Well, Navi said that the time energy was coming from multiple sources, right? So maybe the papers are what we're looking for.
So, what? There are just more papers scattered around London?
Hey, whoever has a minute should make their way to the riverbank. There's something you should see.
Oh, now he decides to get involved. Oh, this had better be good. What? What out of all the things that you could possibly want to tell me is so important right now?
An ancient Egyptian boat popped out of a piece of paper down by the river.
Oh, well.
Man, Alex wasn't kidding. Looks just like the one Ptolemy took us on. You know, before he released the crocodiles. What a day.
You have got to be kidding me.
Hey, you made it. So, remember that time I met Cleopatra? Well, she's back.
So, you disappear all day, and it turns out you've just been with Cleopatra? On a boat?
Look, Jess.
Don't you look Jess me. I want to talk about what you've been up to this entire time. You're supposed to be the first officer, Alex. And instead, you go wandering off with Victor and flirting with Cleopatra? We needed you.
No, Jess, listen,
No, you're a part of this team. And if you're not going to step up to the plate, then I will.
Look, you can't understand what I've been going through. With my dad and my mom.
But Alex, I know it's hard. But do you really think you're the only one who's lost someone?
Jess, I really think that you should just listen for a moment and...
Victor, Cleopatra, some of my favorite people.
Maybe you'll like her. Maybe she's just a great conversationalist, and that's why Alex likes being around her.
It's true. And great conversationalists tend to gravitate towards one another.
Vicky here has the best gossip from Manchester to Memphis.
Oh, you're too kind, Cleo.
That Vicky nickname really gets around, huh?
Funny, it doesn't sound as repugnant coming from her.
Those papers are getting around too. You said that this just popped out of nowhere?
Just like the army Marissa made appear.
Were those the guys wandering around in chainmail? We thought that was weird. But yeah, Victor and I were out.
Out doing what?
Sightseeing. The last time I was in London, I was a little preoccupied, you may remember.
Anyway, Mares and Marissa were passing them around town. As we were following them, a guy tore up a paper and threw it in the river. It must have been a scene from Antony and Cleopatra. Not Shakespeare's best, but...
Oh, that Antony is a cad. But he's even more handsome than Alexander here. Who could resist either one?
You'd better resist him, sister, or else the ending of that play is gonna come a lot sooner than Will wrote it.
Excuse me, I am Pharaoh, ruler of all...
You're in the middle of a river in England, flirting with a first officer that can't grow facial hair. Come on, you're better than this.
No, I don't care about facial hair.
Now, what were you saying?
Wow. Shakespeare wrote a bunch of histories, loosely interpreted, but still based on historical stuff. Even a lot of the fiction had scraps of truth. Like, The Tempest was inspired by the storms that wrecked ships going to the New World.
So, those pages are bringing anomalies here?
We've got Will, well, the less crazy Will, for a little bit.
Okay. Everyone, let's reconverge at the theater. There's something up with these papers. And Mares and Marissa have them all over London.
Oh, that's bad news. Okay, we'll meet you at the Globe.
Are you sure you don't want to stay and maybe eat some grapes?
Arthur, Alex, you go on ahead. I'll catch up. So what's your game here?
Ah, cheesy. The Egyptians were very good at it.
No. What's this game you're playing with this team? Like getting John to trust you, Alex to follow you around?
I only want to help.
You expect me to believe that?
Who got you out of so many scrapes lately? Who kept you from being completely erased by the Time Walkers? Who rescued John and Alex and all of you by association?
Don't pretend like you didn't have ulterior motives for all of that.
Why wouldn't I have my own motivations? You never let me in on your little plans because you're so thoroughly convinced I'm going to ruin them. As soon as I start to be someone that your dear Alex looks to for guidance and advice, someone that he turns to instead of you, you rush to claim your territory.
Hey, I've been there for him more than you ever have been. And so has John.
Then why is he coming to me for answers?
I'm going to meet the team.
Ugh, what a busybody.
Oh, you have no idea. All right, my puppets. Are we ready to do my commercial?
We are not your puppets, Victor, and we know what you're up to. Don't think we don't.
Oh, really? I, as an interested party in the station's content, simply want to see some integrity in advertisement restored. Boys, are we ready?
Oh, oui, Victor.
Then I would kindly ask you, John, to step away. You and your crew.
Come on, everyone.
John, can we really just stand by and watch this happen?
What choice do we have?
It can't be that bad. Can it?
Eddie, you know what to do.
Yep.
And now it's time for a brief word from our sponsor, Victor's Comedy School.
Uh-oh.
Do you wish you were a joke master, that you could dazzle your friends with your quick wit? Are there far too few groans in your life? Well, if so, never fear, because Victor's Comedy School is here to say...
No more.
Here at Victor's Comedy School, we only subscribe to the highest standards of joke quality. Don't believe us? Well, just ask these very satisfied customers.
Before I started taking classes at Victor's Comedy School, I couldn't pass the time. But now, time flies whenever you're having fun.
Oh, John, this is bad.
Before I started taking classes at Victor's Comedy School, I was very uninteresting. But now I'm the talk of the town. For example, did you know I recently swallowed a little food coloring?
Oh, really? Are you okay?
Yes, but I feel like I've died a little inside.
Make it stop. Make it stop!
Before I started taking classes at Victor's Comedy School, I existed on a very dull and dreary plane. But now that I am taking classes, I feel like I could fly. It's been very uplifting.
No more. Hey, John, we have to do something. We'll lose listeners. Wait, that's their plan. They're doing this on purpose to tank us, like a final nail in the coffin.
It might not be that bad. We can weather this.
Victor's funny class. You can get your pun on.
Okay, maybe not.
And now, back to our feature presentation here on WPNR. Once more, unto the breach. Your move, John.
So, what do we do?
I have an idea, but you're not gonna like it.
Okay, I'm not sure if I understand. The watch energy got mixed up with Dimitri's mind when he smashed it into little bitty pieces, which got shot through time and space and landed in the mind of William Shakespeare?
Basically.
Oh, so Dimitri is in Will's head goes into the papers hold Dimitri and the watch energy and historical figures from the Shakespearean canon, and everything is scattered across London because of the Time Walkers?
That was concise. Well done, Arthur.
We have to get those papers. They have the watch energy that we need to repair the watch.
Plus, if they're in circulation around London, all sorts of anomalies could be released.
And the Time Walkers have been giving them out like candy.
So should we go after them, or...?
That's exactly what they want us to do. They want us to go after the papers individually.
They want to send us on a scavenger hunt?
Yes, because if we spend our entire time tracking down every page that they handed out, they'd be able to get a hold of Will while he writes even more. And all the while, we'd be running out our clock.
That's brilliant. I wish I had thought of that. I mean, back when I was your arch nemesis, of course.
Then we have to get all the papers back. What kind of person would hold on to random pages of a play they haven't seen?
People who really like plays.
Then... Oh, well, that's perfect. Today is the first performance of Hamlet. No one who kept one of the papers would miss opening night.
But Burbage won't go on, and he's Hamlet.
Actors.
Me dad'll just go on for him. We can't cancel the performance.
No, he can't go on. He has to keep writing, otherwise our, friend will start to take over. And who knows what would happen if Dimitri takes over while Will's on stage. Plus, the only way to get Dimitri out of his head is if he writes.
Which means he has to write like he's running out of time.
Why do you write like you... I didn't say anything.
So Will writes the show from backstage as it happens, Phantom of the Opera style?
Okay, Arthur, the Phantom didn't write...
Shakespeare trivia. Musical references. You were a theater kid, weren't you?
What? No.
You were a soft-chewing, sonnet-speaking theater kid.
And you have a massive crush on Arthur.
At 2, Alex. Fine. But you know, that means that someone still has to go on for Hamlet.
Why don't you, Navy, since you seem to know everything?
Oh, the scanner is the only thing besides Robyn that can detect the pages. I need to be out in the audience. And the show must go on.
Ha ha, I don't know what you're talking about.
Despite popular belief, I don't know everything, Alex. But I do know something about one particular superstition. Something about the name of a certain play.
No, please, Navy, you don't have to do this.
What was it called again? Oh, yeah.
Don't say it in the theater! It's bad luck, and I don't have to go through the ritual to cleanse the stage! Fine. I acted growing up. I did plays, I sang on stage, and I wore a lot of blush. I'm a thespian! Are you happy?
I think we found our Hamlet. The whirligig of time brings in his revenges. 12th night.
Aww, I haven't seen you in pumpkin pants and tights since...
Dad? Fine. Show me to my dressing room, but I'm going to need a feather pillow, a basket of strawberries, and lemon water.
Actors.
Candles?
Check.
Parchment and pens?
Check.
Playwright barely avoiding madness?
Check. Though I'm not sure if I'm avoiding madness as much as I'm indulging in the wishes of the self-proclaimed time travelers and hiding in my own theater.
He's got a good point.
Jessica, if you could please come a little closer. The candle isn't nearly bright enough.
I'm not falling for that one, Will.
Worth a shot. And John, thank your son for me.
What for?
For taking all the rotten fruit that's going to be hurled at him in my behalf.
I'm sure Alex is a fine actor.
He was a very enthusiastic actor as a teenager.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. I guess I'm putting him through the ringer lately.
He'll be all right. He's got a good father.
I wouldn't be too sure of that.
He won't be lost to you, so long as men can breathe and eyes can see.
Dad, you've got to keep writing.
Ah, you're right. Don't have time to get sentimental. And why do I have the sudden impulse to smash things with a hammer?
You done with that page, Will?
That I am. Jessica. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Hey, that's good. I should write that down.
Dad, focus.
Right you are. But, Jessica, could you be my blessed messenger and deliver it to your dear players?
I have to go into the audience to help out Arthur and Navy. They're great on a time ship, not so great as pickpockets. Besides, you can hand Hamlet his lines yourself.
Alexander, there you are. Let me tell you, do not let this one out of your sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
Yeah, she's... Wait, what did you say?
She's so out of your league that you'd be lucky to be a glove on her hand.
Jess, what is he talking about?
He has your first few pages. Bye!
How am I supposed to compete with Shakespeare? Oh, fine. Thank you. And keep them coming. I don't have Hamlet memorized by heart. Okay, only the last monologue.
Even I don't know that one. I suppose I have to write it then.
Hey, wait up, Alex.
What?
Break a leg, son.
Thanks, Dad.
That was a good start.
Thanks. You know, maybe this will be good for him. Sometimes all you need to reset is a good confidence boost.
throw in a voucher for free popcorn.
There's no way I'm staying for another 3 acts of this.
Wait, just how many acts are there?
A few too many with Alex as the lead, apparently.
Just stay through the act break, please. You won't regret it.
I'd rather see that chicken on stage than another minute of that amateur.
It would be my honor.
Not an invitation, Robyn.
Even if that was a remotely good idea, he wouldn't have the chance. At this rate, there won't be an audience.
No, we can't let that happen.
We could try to pickpocket the papers faster, but if we start to outright steal
No,
them,
it's bigger
then...
than just the papers. If this show doesn't go on, if Hamlet doesn't open tonight, it might be a big enough disruption to seriously wreck the timeline.
Reality would come crashing down around our ears before we could even get out.
And hello, whitewash.
Okay, you both get as many papers as you can from the groundlings. I'm going to head upstairs.
I'll scan Reuben snatches, all right, Arthur?
Okay, but Reuben needs to do his warm-up first. Reuben, repeat after me. Red leather, yellow leather, mommy made me mash my M&Ms.
Red leather, yellow leather, mommy made me mash my M&Ms.
Okay, we're gonna have to be stealthier than that.
Okay, then stand a little closer to me.
Yeah.
And just pretend like we're having a nice conversation.
Hey, Arthur, so how are you doing?
See, just like that. Now we just have to focus.
Right. Focus.
Excuse me, pardon me. Okay, clear it. I have to get backstage. Man, I hate having to walk to the expensive seats.
Everyone is so entitled, right?
Mares! Of course you're here. What are you up to?
What does it look like? I'm watching a show. Have a seat, Jessie. I saved it just for you.
No way.
I suggest you take a seat before something terrible would happen.
Wait, where's Marissa?
Sit down, Jessie.
Fine. So, what? You're gonna threaten me? Let us run out of time, ruin the show, and append the timeline?
Maybe.
Or do you just like watching us squirm? What is it with you Time Walkers? Do you get some kind of joy from watching us fail?
Oh, Balthazar does, that's for sure.
What about you? I mean, are you really as bad as him? Mares, I know that we're probably never gonna be best friends, but you can get out of this. You can come with us.
You don't want me to do that.
Oh, you're right. But John and Alex seem to think it's a good idea.
Yeah, Alex does think it's a good idea, doesn't he?
What's that supposed to mean?
Makes you wonder who he really wants to have around. What he really wants.
I'm not going to play around.
Well then, we might as well just watch the play like a couple of gal pals. There's some very interesting developments going on with the plot by the looks of it.
Wait, is that... Maybe. Arthur, are you seeing this?
Shakespeare rushing the stage? Yes.
Oh, Will, are you done with writing already?
Looks like Dimitri's a little harder to get rid of than you thought. Wonder what could have triggered this little outburst.
Will, where are your shoes? Oh, you're going to perform? Does the character not have shoes then?
Being a crazy playwright and absent Hamlet, who'd want to watch this train wreck?
Absent Hamlet? But Alex is still... Oh no. What are you gonna do to him?
I would never hurt him. But my mother, on the other hand...
We need to stop the show. Now. Distract them, trap them, I don't care. Just keep the audience there. I have to find Alex.
Without a goodbye. Huh. Typical.
Maybe I can rig some kind of detonation device and blow the entrances and then keep the audience.
Whenever I'm in the middle of a tragedy and I can't watch anymore, I just turn it into a comedy. I'll just tell some jokes and distract them while you take care of Will and the rest of the papers.
They'll throw rotten vegetables at you.
Will it be embarrassing? Yes. Will it be worth it to tell some jokes on the stage of the Globe Theater? Oh, yes. Just get Will off the stage. I'll be fine. I promise, Navy. Excuse me, I'm with the play.
Wow, right, okay. Deal with the crazy playwright.
Did he receive you well? I will attend her here and woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she rail, why then I'll tell her plain. She sings as sweetly as a nightingale.
Will, that's Taming of the Shrew. I'm playing Gertrude.
You lie in faith, for you are called Plain Kate and Bonnie Kate and Kate the Cursed.
Will, you stop that!
Oh, I'll give you Kate the Cursed. Armin, give me a hand.
Oh, thank goodness.
All right,
No, here, Will. Hand me.
Stop it.
Moment.
Oh, you, Arthur.
Hello, London! How's everybody doing tonight? We're gonna take a little bitty break until the meteor parts of the show. But for now, how about we lighten up the mood? Knock, knock. Well, when I say knock, knock, you say, who's there? So, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Shelley.
Shelley who?
Shelley, compare thee to a summer's day. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Wherefore means.
Wherefore means who?
No, wherefore means why. How many times do I have to go over this? Okay. Last one. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Arthur.
Arthur who?
Arthur World's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. Oh, man, you guys have been a great crowd. Where's Alex? Oh, well, there's more where that came from. So what's the deal with horses and carriages, eh?
Alex? Alex, where are you? Alex! Where is he? Alex? Alex, there you are! You have to come back inside the theater. It's not safe out here.
I'm not going back in there.
Well, Maris and Marissa are up to something. Maris basically threatened you.
And why would you care?
Alex?
I'm up there making a fool of myself, and no one stops to think that maybe I'm not up to this. To any of this.
You're more than capable of getting the job done. You just need
You don't trust me. No one does. With my job, with you, with the truth. And why should they? I've done nothing but follow my dad's orders my entire life. I've never had to really prove myself.
Of course you've proved yourself.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, Alex, you do it every single day. For every member of this team, you've proven that you're someone we can turn to. And you have to remember that if we're going to get through whatever it is that's happening to our team. But I trust you to be the person you are inside. The guy who goofs around with Arthur, who entertains Navy's neurosis, who loves his dad, who loves me. Be that person, Alex. It's not hard. All you have to do is be yourself.
Thank you, Jessica. But you were wrong about one thing.
What?
I can't be myself. Tonight, I have to be Hamlet.
Well, I walked into that one. You actors always so dramatic.
What can I say? You were a captive audience, and that was one heck of a monologue.
And that's when I said, Mary Queen of Scots, more like Mary Queen of Snots. And then he said, hey, there he is. All right, that's it for me tonight, folks. Now, give it up for the tremendous tragedian, Hamlet.
Hey, everybody! To be or not to be? That is the question, am I right?
Nope, that was the wrong choice. Oh, okay, Alex. Years of summer theater camp prepared you for this.
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune,
or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with the pale cast of thought. And enterprises of great pith in a moment with this regard their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action.
oh no, please. No, you're too kind. Oh, no, stop. No, keep it coming. Keep it coming. Oh, man, I missed this.
The theater looks a little lonelier when it's empty.
Hey, have you ever thought about going into comedy? Or acting? You killed it out there.
No way. I'll stick with quantum mechanics, thank you. It's a much more stable career.
And that is the last of them. You know, when I thought I'm gonna study time travel, I never imagined that I'd be using a chicken as a metal detector paper pickpocket-er.
But success?
Yeah, more or less.
How did Alex do? I could only hear bits and pieces.
Oh, he was terrible. Until he wasn't. But man, the whole place was in love with him after the to be or not to be speech, that getting the rest of the papers was a piece of cake.
Well, that's good. I'm happy for him. You know, you should have seen him when he played the Cowardly Lion in The Wizard of Oz.
That's enough, Dad. Thank you.
Hey, congrats, Alex! You really killed it out there. First Hamlet in recorded history.
It was nothing. Actually, I feel like I really lost the energy in the fourth act. So really, my performance wasn't that...
At least I know my words were sound enough to withstand a very earnest performance.
Will! How are you feeling, Will? Still, Dimitri?
Let me take a look. He's gone. Brain scans back to normal. No traces of temporal distortion.
So, he's gonna be alright then?
I think everything is going to be...
Will, watch out! Will? John? Alex? What's going on?
Oh, come on, Jessica. I should think you know what a time bubble looks like by now. You just haven't been outside of one before. Good throw with the activator, darling.
Thanks, Mum.
You too. I knew you'd be back. I should have...
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Words, words, words.
You'll get it right next time, if there is one.
Marissa, Mares, what do you two want? Unfreeze my friends, now.
Give us the papers, and we'll be in our merry way.
And why on earth would I do that?
Because we're the only ones who can pop this little time bubble and let your friends go. Otherwise, they'll just sit there until we get bored, and when you're as old as we are, well, we're very patient.
You wouldn't keep them there forever.
Do you want to take that chance? All you have to do as the leader of the group is hand over the papers.
I'm not the captain.
Oh, man. You can take the girl out of the Air Force, but you can't take the Air Force out of the girl. Rank doesn't matter here, Jessie. It's about the one who can get the job done. And right now, it's looking like you.
I mean, have you seen John lately? Look at him. He's completely ineffectual. Lied to his whole team, including his son, constantly second-guessing himself.
He's been under a lot of stress.
And you haven't. Now do what's best for the team. Be the leader and hand them over.
And what will you do with them?
What matters more, what we do to the papers or what we do to your friends?
Fine. You win. I'll hand them over, voluntarily, but on one condition. Everyone is released before you get them.
That's not happening. Papers first.
I promise you, as the acting captain, that if you release my friends, everything that I'm holding will be yours.
That was a very good promise. One that I'm sure we can interpret as needed. Deal.
He's going to be fine. What was I saying?
What was that?
You two again.
Wait, Jess, what are you doing with those papers?
You know, we're not so different, Marissa. We both keep our promises, and we know exactly what that really means. So, here you go. Everything I'm holding is... yours! Everyone, let's get out of here.
What about the Shakespeares?
We can take care of ourselves. Go.
I suggest you leave before the tempest.
You just had to take terrors from across time and stick them in your little plays.
I'm the greatest writer in history for a reason, darling.
Jessica, what did you do?
What I had to. And what were you doing this entire time?
Catching up with an old friend. Cleopatra says I'm better at Parcheesi than you, Alex.
Oh, et tu, Victor?
Guys, the French troops from the Henry plays are right behind us.
Always with the French.
Then let's get out of here before we cause another Agincourt.
Good thinking with that deal, Jessica.
Thanks. If they're going to play their own game, then we play with our own rules.
Oh, we're here. Time ship, sweet time ship.
Oh, we've got to get out of here now. The papers were the only thing keeping London stable, and with them gone, I'm not even sure Jess could pilot us out of that.
The papers are gone? What about the watch energy, then?
Maybe they're not all gone. After all, what kind of person keeps a hold of a random script?
Someone who really loves plays.
And who among us is the most passionate about the dramatic craft?
My little cowardly lion.
Dad, but I just thought it'd make a good souvenir.
Exactly. Alex would never leave behind a page of Hamlet written in Shakespeare's own hand.
Guys, it looks like the storms from at least 3 different places are headed towards us, and they're notorious for shipwrecks.
Good call. Reuben, helmet, please.
I say, ask not what your chicken can do for you, but what you can do for your...
Strap in, everybody. Where are we going, Navy?
We can't take any more chances with Time Walkers. We're gonna have to split up. Some of us take the escape pod and head to both locations. Just get us out of here, we'll figure it out.
Got it.
All right, let's do it.
Parting is such sweet sorrow that I should say goodnight till it be...
Punch it!
And off our heroes fly the night, one knot untangled and one victory gained. But they must preserve with their great plight, for this victory with losses has been stained. Paternal wounds are never sure to heal until 2 prides are set aside at last. Can present joys a deeper woe reveal? And can a follower learn to lead so fast? The next step is one we don't even know on the Time Traveler's Radio Show.
That was the Time Traveler's Radio Show, Episode 12, Once More Unto the Breach. The Time Traveler's Radio Show is a special production by WPNR at Radio City in New York and was recorded in front of a fake studio audience. Make sure to tune in next week for Episode 13, The Planet of the Franks. The Time Traveler's Radio Show was created by Cody Cutler and Jacob Ernest. This episode was written, produced, and directed by Darci Ramirez. It starred W. Benjamin Hyde as John, Adam Packard as Alex and Armin, Kelly Cook as Jessica, Darci Ramirez as Navi, Chris Rollins as Arthur, and Dane Allred as Victor. It also starred Tyler Ives as William Shakespeare and Burbage, Julie Dowd as Marissa, Ondine Morgan Garner as Mares, Bryn Allred Park as Cleopatra, Cody Cutler as John F. Cluckety. The sound mixer was Keala Santos. Sound design was by Cody Cutler, and music by Richard Williams and Jerem Hansen. The executive producer was Cody Cutler, with a special thanks to the Hive Collaborative in Provo, Utah, Kyle Clausen, and associate producer Ron Bateman. Follow the Time Traveler's Radio Show on Instagram and Twitter, or like us on Facebook. Stay up to date with everything Time Traveler related over at www.timetravelersradio.com. Thank you for listening, and as always, see you next time!